Now that looks a lot better. All right. Well, this is going to be might be a short show, but as you can tell, I have stuffed the show. This is my first loot of 2016. This is Mike's Video Game Podcast, Video Game and Stuff Podcast, Episode 3 for February 28th, 2016. And today, I am joined with my buddy, we'll just call him High Tech. So High Tech, how's it going?
Tim will do.
Tim, High Tech, whatever you want to be called. Some people don't want their real name shown or told.
Right. No problem.
Just want to make sure.
Doing good.
That's good.
Good for Sunday morning. What's left of it anyway?
Yeah, you're out there gaming away on Destiny.
Yep.
Just
briefly.
I just got my first taste of Street Fighter V finally. I did buy the game. I wakened up and bought it, even though there was negative reviews already. But you know what? I thought it was bad at first, and I didn't even try the game. Played the game. Yeah, they had some issues with the connection and that with the multiplayer, but I've been getting at it pretty frequently, so I'm not having any problems lately since they did the maintenance update the other day. I believe it was Thursday. So they might have fixed it. So, yeah, I wanted to do is get into some news. And one of the things, if I can bring it up, is something that came up again in the news. Can you guess what this is, Tim?
No, what's that?
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you the name of the company people think is going to put it together. Sega.
Sega. I haven't heard that name in a positive tone in quite a while.
So what do you think this console is supposed to be? I talked about it before, but it's a hoax. At least I think it is. Let me see if I can find another photo. Nope. Not unless I want to block myself out. Oops. So, you know what that is? The Dreamcast 2.
And I never did have the Dreamcast. Never had one of those.
Get out of here. You didn't have a Dreamcast?
Nope. If I understand, it's probably the best system they ever made, but nope, never had one.
I think it's a tie between that and the Saturn. But the Saturn was just crushed after they threw a frickin' $400 price tag on it instantly. 2, launched it out the door in May during E3. I'm like, oh my goodness, you're going to kill the system. Oh, they didn't care. I think it was 95 that the Saturn came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Dreamcast
Sounds
came out.
about right.
Dreamcast came out in 99 or 2000. So, yeah. Nintendo probably had their N64 GameCube out. There's PlayStation 2 coming out. Yeah, so much competition out there.
There was a lot of competition at that time. It's pretty fierce, the real console wars.
Yeah.
More so than what the consoles war, what they call the console wars now.
Yeah. So that was one thing in the news. Now, if I could pull this up properly, there's another. Oh yeah, I got Twitter from Skippy, one of our other hosts. He just woke up and started drinking coffee. Does that come with a little liquor in it?
Well, he wants to spice it up.
Yep, spice it up and wake up quicker. A little bit of liquor will wake you up quicker. Or if you have too much liquor, it's going to knock you out quicker.
Yeah, put you right back on the pillow.
When somebody said once, it'll pick you right up and put you right back down.
Mm-hmm.
No way, it'll pick you right back. It'll pick you up and it'll lay you right back down. Something like that. But I tried to get this. So it was, I gotta get, wake up myself, but, okay. Let me see if I can get my thing up here. Okay. We got anniversaries for video games this year. And what happened? It just went out on me. Let me see if I can redo this. Okay. So we got tell me about your knowledge with some of these games. Street Fighter 2
Street Fighter 2. Never played it.
25 years old. So 25 years this year it'll be.
Isn't that long? Wow.
Yeah.
Time has flown by.
Yeah, there's Street Fighter 2 and The Legend of Zelda. 30 years ago that game came out.
Yep.
I remember I beat that game, and I also did beat the second quest. That one I had to make my own map really quick, because I didn't know where the hell I was going at first. So, yeah. There's a Pokemon Green and Red version that's 20 years old. Also Resident Evil, 20 years old. Animal Crossing is 15 years old. So, Mario RPG, 20 years. Dragon Quest 1, 30 years. Quake, 20 years. I'm just going down the list real quick. Sonic the Hedgehog, 25 years. Super Mario 64, 20 years already? Donkey Kong, 35 years. Final Fantasy X,
Yeah, God.
15 years. Max Payne,
Like Miss Summer playing Donkey Kong at the local store.
let's see what else is showing.
Played that, and Asteroids was a blast in the old arcades. Battlezone, all those
Metroid, 30 years. 15 years for Devil May Cry. Holy cow. Saints Row, the first one, 10 years old. Looked pretty good then, too.
Mm-hmm.
Crash Bandicoot, 20 years old. We'll get into a little bit of news on that.
I can't believe Sony didn't patent him or whatever to keep the IP. Amazing he became public domain until somebody, not public domain, somebody besides Sony owns that.
Luigi Mansion, 15 years old this year.
Never really got good till it got put on the 3DS.
Okami, 10 years. That's the one with the little hand-drawn paint. Oh my favorite
Never,
racing game, Outrun.
never got good
30
at it.
years
Never was good.
old. Outrun is 30 years. 20 years old is Persona.
I got Persona 4 Golden, but I never have played it yet. It's on my Vita. One of the few video games I actually do need to play.
So,
'Cause the
I
Vita's
go
been relegated to
15
my
years.
chat machine.
15 years old? Oh my, Castlevania. 30 years old this year. Wow. Grand Theft Auto 3? 15 years already? Time flies, doesn't it?
Yep.
Hey, White
Isn't
Spine.
it Castlevania 30 years old? Wow.
Tomb Raider 1,
Belmont's
20
still can't
years.
kill him off.
Pikmin, 15 years.
I didn't play my first Pikmin game until I got the Wii U. That's actually a good game.
And if you know Command and Conquer Red Alert, that's 20 years. Oh, this year. Halo, Combat Evolved, 15 years. Holy shit.
I have played that. Played it 60 years ago.
Yep.
The,
Diablo,
good.
20 years. Holy sh. Civilization, the first one, is 25 years? No giveaway this year. I mean, this week. White Spine. Wow. That's a lot.
Yes.
And last week was Zelda. 30th anniversary. It's like there's a lot of anniversaries this year for gaming. It's just amazing.
It seems like Nintendo's right now at least doing very little.
Here,
Very little for it. Here it's
Castlevania. 30 years already, right? I did say 30. Yeah.
30 years of trying to kill Dracula and failing miserably.
Well, it must have because the goddamn game keeps responding in every other game.
Yep.
It's either that some group of a-holes are waking him up from the dead. We all know how that is. Let's just throw holy water all over the place. No, we're just gonna pour blood on his tombstone so he wakes up.
Stronger than ever.
And more arrogant too. So, yeah, that's a little bit of news. What else happened in news? Any Nintendo news? Well, the new
Everything I've been hearing is basically they had a Pokemon thing, but everybody's kind of waiting for some NX news to come out and see what, and also to see what they're finally going to do with the mobile division. They got that one game, but people are waiting for more well-known IPs.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they'll be waiting for a while yet before that happens.
White
NX is at the forefront of everybody's
There is a
mind
giveaway.
right
I am giving away band hammers. That means if you piss me off, I slam the band hammer on you. And out the door you go. That's one of the gifts. But I want to talk about my loot this morning. Now,
What loot's that? Something you've recently purchased, or
Yep.
another loot box? Loot
no,
crate?
no loot box.
Okay.
You'll have to talk to one of my other hosts there. I think got a loot box. So, I recently, here we go, back in January, I think it was the 16th or something, it was on a Saturday. Excuse me. Yes, it was the 16th. When I first saw, I don't want a band hammer, I want a new PS4. You want a new PS4?
Wouldn't we all?
Take what you do is you take a bunch of your teeth out, put it under a pillow, and a tooth fairy may be able to help you out. And make sure it's gold teeth. I saw Star Wars: The Force Awakens 5 times, including IMAX 3D. I didn't think I could see that movie in 3D. Boy, was I wrong. It looked great in 3D. And if you can tell, I'm sporting my BB-8 shirt. I'll stand up to show the whole thing. Yes, I got it from Walmart for like 8 something, but yeah, it's Astro Droid BB-8. So, and that's the resistance symbol. So yeah. Now, I also purchased some stuff for Star Wars, whether it's for the movies and stuff. But I had this for years anyway. I started up with something I recently had for years and years. Star Wars Trilogy on DVD. No, I did not pick up the, what do you call it, Blu-ray version. But, yeah, I picked this up. And it's, let me take this out of the box. It's got a nice little case to it. Holds all Star Wars episodes. Here's a little thing it says on it. I like that. Showing a X-Wing firing onto a TIE fighter. So in here, I'm sure everybody else knows, Star Wars Episode 4. If I can find it. The Force Awakens. I mean, a new Hope. Yeah, A New Hope.